Next, let's talk about AWS CloudFront. CloudFront is a content delivery network service offered by AWS. A content delivery network or CDN is a network of servers that are distributed around the world and are used to store and deliver the content to users based on their geographic locations. When a user requests the content, CloudFront routes the request to the server that is closest to the user, ensuring that the content is delivered quickly and with the minimum latency. CloudFront works by caching the content at different locations known as locations around the world. When a user requests the content, CloudFront checks to see if the content is already available in the cache at the nearest as location. If the content is available, then the as location serve the content directly to the user. If the content is not available at the nearest as location, CloudFront retrieve the content from the origin server, such as Amazon S3 bucket or an EC2 instance, and store a copy of the content at the nearest as location in the cache memory for the future purpose. CloudFront can deliver both static and dynamic content. CloudFront provides advanced security features such as DDoS protection. CloudFront integrates with AWS Shield, a service that provides the DDoS protection for your content. Web Application Firewall or AWS WAF. Web Application Firewall integration. CloudFront can be integrated with AWS WAF, which allow you to create the rules to block the malicious traffic and protect your web applications from the common web exploits. CloudFront provides several benefits. Low latency. By routing the request to the nearest as location, CloudFront ensures that the content is delivered to users with minimal latency. High transfer speed. CloudFront uses a global network of servers to deliver the content, which can improve the transfer speed compared to delivering the content from a single location. CloudFront supports SSL and TLS encryption to protect the data in transit between the client and the origin server. Integration with other AWS services. CloudFront can be integrated with other AWS services such as Amazon S3, Amazon EC2, and Elastic Load Balancing. CloudFront offers a number of security features to protect the data and resources that are delivered through the services. Some of these security features include SSL and TLS encryption. CloudFront supports HTTPS and SSL TLS encryption to protect the transit data between the client and the origin server. Origin protection. CloudFront allow you to restrict the access to your origin server to only CloudFront IP addresses, which helps prevent the unauthorized access to your content. Custom SSL certificates. You can use your own SSL TLS certificate to secure the connections between CloudFront and your users. Signed URL and signed cookies. You can use the signed URL and signed cookies to restrict the access to specific content to only authorized users. DDoS protections. CloudFront integrate with AWS Shield. AWS Shield is a service that provides the DDoS protections for your content. Web application firewall integration. CloudFront can be integrated with AWS WAF, which allow you to create the rules to block the malicious traffic and protect your web applications from the common web exploits. Geo restrictions. CloudFront also allow you to restrict the access to your content based on the geographic locations. Access logs. CloudFront can store the access logs in S3 bucket, which can be used to track and analyze the user's traffic. CloudFront is a great service that helps to improve the performance and security for your web applications. A practical use case for Amazon CloudFront would be a company that runs a content heavy website, such as a news or media website, that needs to deliver the large amount of data and multimedia content to users across the globe. The company could use the CloudFront to distribute their content across a global network of edge locations. When a user requests the content from the website, CloudFront route the request to the edge location that is closest to the user, which can help to reduce the time it takes to download the content. This improves the user experience, especially for users who are located far away from the origin server. The company could also use CloudFront to improve the security of their websites by using the features such as SSL TLS encryption to protect the data in transit. CloudFront can also be used to improve the performance of the website by caching the content at the edge locations. This means when a user requests the content that has already been requested by another user, CloudFront can serve the content from the edge location without having to retrieve it from the origin server. Company could use the CloudFront integration with other AWS services such as AWS WAF to protect the website from common web exploits and DDoS attack. Overall, CloudFront is a great solution to run the content-heavy websites where we need to deliver the large amount of data and multimedia content to users while improving the performance and security of the website.